Hello, today I'm going to walk you through the best of times guide on how to properly install Tale of Two Wastelands, a total conversion mod for Fallout New Vegas that merges the games of Fallout 3 and New Vegas together. It is highly recommended you follow along with the text guide as you watch this video to ensure all steps are being followed correctly. This guide will be highly accessible to everyone, no matter your modding experience. If you've never installed a mod before, don't worry, we're going to go over every single step very carefully. First, let's go over the requirements. You're going to need English copies of both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas with all of their DLCs on either Steam, GOG, or the Epic Games Store. You're going to need at least 40 gigabytes of free hard drive space. Tale of Two Wastelands itself will be 17 gigabytes. You'll need Windows 10 or higher, 64-bit. You'll need a text editor. I'll be using Notepad++. You'll need an archiving tool. I will be using NanoZip. Make sure on your latest GPU drivers, whether you're on NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel. Make sure you have a Nexus Mods account and a mod.pub account. Following the first link in the setup page or the first link in the description, we're going to download the VC++ redistributables. At the top left, you'll see the redistributable runtimes all in one. Select the download button, select any server, and save this to your downloads. Open your downloads folder. We're going to right-click the zip file. And we're going to extract these files. Open this newly created folder. Find the install_all.bat file. We're going to right-click this and run as administrator. This is going to install all the required packages we need to install Tale of Two Wastelands. Once those have finished installing, navigate to the top of your file explorer and select View. Go down to the Show option and make sure there's a check mark next to File Name Extensions. Once that's done, we can close out of our File Explorer. Next, navigate to your Windows search bar. Type in Windows Security. Once here, open App and Browser Control. Select Exploit Protection Settings. Here, you'll see a setting, Force Randomization for Images Mandatory ASLR. Make sure this is set to Use Default Off, and X out of Windows Security. A clean installation is not only required to get rid of any potential leftover mod files, but also to make sure that the game is installed in a safe location. If you already have the games installed like I do, we're going to navigate to Steam. To check if your game is installed inside of a Windows protected folder, we're going to right-click the game, go down to Manage, and Browse Local Files. You'll see that my installation is located inside Program Files 86. This is a Windows protected folder, so we're going to uninstall the games. To uninstall the games from Steam, go over and right-click, go down to Manage, and Uninstall. I'm going to uninstall both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Once you've uninstalled the games from Steam, navigate to your File Explorer, go to your Documents folder, click on My Games, and delete any Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas folders you see here. Once you've done that, we've successfully removed all game files from our computer. Exit out of your File Explorer, and we can move on to installing the games in a safe location. It is strongly recommended to install the games outside of default Windows folders such as Program Files 86, as the strict Windows file protections of these folders can break certain mods and tools. Instead, we're going to use a program called Steam Library Setup Tool to create a new Steam library folder outside of default Windows folders. Following the link in the Installing the Game section, or following the link in the description, we're going to download the Steam Library Setup Tool. On the GitHub page, we're going to select this first link here and save to our downloads. Back in your Downloads folder, we're going to double-click and run the Steam Library Setup Tool. If Windows says it's protecting your PC, select the More Info button and select Run Anyway. Steam's default installation path is program files 86, so as you'll see here in entry 0, my Steam installation is located inside program files 86. With this tool, we're going to create a new Steam library outside of a Windows protected folder. To do this, click the Add Row button, select Browse, navigate to your local disk C. Anywhere inside of here, we're going to right click and create new folder. And we're going to name this folder Fallout Games. Click the Select Folder button. Back in the Steam Library Setup tool, click the Accept button. You'll get a pop-up confirming that you want to create the directory C/Fallout Games/Steam Apps. We're going to select Yes. And we can now exit the tool. If you had Steam open during this process, navigate to your taskbar, right-click the Steam icon, and exit Steam. And we're just going to restart Steam. We're now ready to install the games. Select Fallout 3, click the Install button. Here, you'll see you have 2 local drives you can install to. This second drive is going to be our newly created Steam library we just made in the last step. We're going to install Fallout 3, and we're going to install Fallout New Vegas in this second local drive. Once both your games have finished installing, we're ready to generate fresh INI files for them. To generate fresh INI files for Fallout New Vegas, select the Play button. You'll get a Detecting Video Hardware pop-up, select OK. Press the OK button again, and exit the launcher. We're going to do the same thing to Fallout 3. We've now generated fresh INI files for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. We're now going to install Mod Organizer 2. On the MO2 section of the Best of Times, or in the link in the description, download the Mod Organizer installer. Make sure you're signed into your Nexus Mods account, navigate to the Files tab, and manually download the installer. Back in your Downloads folder, we're going to right-click the zip and extract these files. Open the newly created Mod Organizer folder and run the exe. Accept the agreement. Select Next. Select Next. Select Next. Don't worry about creating a desktop shortcut. And install. We're going to launch Mod Organizer. For Tale of Two Wastelands, we're going to select Create a Portable Instance. Verify that your Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas games are located in C/Fallout Games/Steam Apps. If so, select the Tale of Two Wastelands option. Select the Steam option since we downloaded them through Steam. Check all 3 of these boxes. Here, we're going to rename this path C/modding/TTW. Verify that this is correct and select Next. Here, we're going to link Mod Organizer with our Nexus Mods account. To do this, click Connect to Nexus. This will take you to Nexus Mods, and we're going to click this Authorize button. We have successfully logged into Mod Organizer 2. We can return. We'll see that our account was linked with Nexus successfully. And we're going to select Finish. Once you reach this screen, select the drop-down box, select Remember My Choice, and clear the read-only flag. This is Mod Organizer 2. We're going to verify that our Nexus Mods account is linked to Mod Organizer 2. To do this, select the settings icon at the top, select the Nexus tab, and verify that your account is connected to Nexus. If you wish to select a theme, You can go over to the theme tab, select this drop down, choose any theme you'd like. At the top right of Mod Organizer, we're going to select this drop down and select Fallout Launcher and press the Run button. You should see the Fallout New Vegas launcher. Here we're going to select Options and we're going to set our monitor resolution and select any of the graphics presets. Press OK and exit the launcher. On the Tale of Two Wastelands page of the guide, or the next link in the description, we're going to download the Tale of Two Wastelands installer. Make sure you're signed in to mod.pub. Navigate to the Files tab. Here you'll see the Tale of Two Wastelands 3.4 installer. We're going to manually download this. Back in your Downloads folder, we're going to right-click the Tale of Two Wastelands zip and extract these files. Open the newly created folder. Right-click the ttw install.exe and run as administrator. This is the Tale of Two Wastelands installer. You want to verify that the paths of your Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are in your newly created Steam library. If you're following this guide, this will say C/Fallout Games/Steam Apps. If this looks correct, we're going to move on and install Tale of Two Wastelands. Below Tale of Two Wastelands, you'll see a blank path. To fix this, we're going to reopen Mod Organizer 2. At the top right, select this yellow folder icon, and we're going to open Mods folder. Here, we're going to right-click and create new folder. We're going to name this folder Tale of Two Wastelands. Once you've created that folder, open it up. Inside of the Tale of Two Wastelands folder, at the top of File Explorer, we're going to right-click and copy the path to this folder. Navigate back to the Tale of Two Wastelands installer. In the blank path here, right-click and paste. Verify that the path to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are in your newly created Steam library. If you're following this video, this will be called C/Fallout Games. This might be named something different depending on what you named your folder that you installed Fallout in, but as long as they are outside of a Windows protected folder, go down and press the install button. Once your installer is finished, we're going to navigate back to Mod Organizer 2. If you don't see the Tale of Two Wastelands mod in the left panel, refresh Mod Organizer by pressing F5. At the top, we're going to right-click the Tale of Two Wastelands mod and open in Explorer. Once you're inside of the Tale of Two Wastelands mod folder, at the top of File Explorer, click on Mods. We're going to right-click this Tale of Two Wastelands folder, go down to Properties, and verify that the size of the folder is exactly 17 gigabytes. If your folder is not 17 gigabytes, something failed in the installer and you'll need to rerun it. If your folder is exactly 17 gigabytes, press the OK button, exit out of this, and we can enable the mod by checking this box here. You should see Tale of Two Wastelands ESMs get automatically sorted in the right panel of Mod Organizer 2. We're now going to manually download and install root mods. In the Essential Mods tab of the Best of Times, or in the next link in the description, we're going to download New Vegas Script Extender, navigate to the Files tab, and manually download New Vegas Script Extender. Back in your Downloads folder, we're going to double-click and open the New Vegas Script Extender zip. To navigate to the game's root folder, navigate back to Mod Organizer 2. Go back to this yellow folder icon at the top, and we're going to select Open Game Folder. This is a very fast and effective way to get into the game's root folder. Once you have the New Vegas Script Extender zip and your game's root folder open, we're going to drag and drop the contents of New Vegas Script Extender into the game's root folder. Once you've done that, your Fallout New Vegas root folder should look like this. Following the next link in the guide or in the description, we're going to download the Fallout New Vegas 4GB patcher. Navigate to the Files tab and manually download this first option. Back in your Downloads folder, we're going to double-click and open the 4GB patcher. We're going to drag and drop the Fallout New Vegas patch.exe into the game's root folder. Once you've done that, double click and run Fallout New Vegas patch.exe. You'll see here that Fallout New Vegas.exe has been patched, and we can press any key to continue. We can now exit out of the game's root folder. From now on, we're going to use the Mod Manager download button to download our mods. This will make the file appear in MO2's Downloads tab, ready to be installed. First, navigate back to Mod Organizer 2. In the left panel here, we're going to right-click and Create Separator. And we're going to name this separator Utilities. On the Essential Mods page of the Best of Times, you'll see all the mods you need to install. You can also follow the links I have in the description. All we're going to do is go top to bottom, select the mod, navigate to the Files page of Nexus, and we're going to select the Mod Manager download for all of these mods. Once you select download, if you go back to Mod Organizer 2, here you'll see the mod we downloaded appears in Mod Organizer 2's Downloads tab. We're going to go back, and we're going to follow the guide or the links in the description and download all the mods to Mod Organizer 2. For Stewie's tweaks and engine fixes, you'll be taken to a GitHub page. Select the second option here. Save this to your downloads. Once you've downloaded all your mods to Mod Organizer 2, we're going to take advantage of the Fallout Custom INI feature to improve performance and stability without affecting the main game's INI files. To do this, navigate to Mod Organizer 2. At the top left, click this puzzle icon. Select INI Editor. Once you have this open, select Fallout Custom.ini. In this box, you're going to paste exactly what's on the Best of Times guide. Down at the bottom of the Essential Mods page, you'll find what needs to be pasted in the Fallout Custom.ini. We're just going to click in this box, right-click, and copy. Navigate back to Mod Organizer 2, and paste everything inside the Fallout Custom INI. Press the Save button, close out of this, open Mod Organizer 2's Downloads tab. First thing we're going to do is go over here and click the File Time tab. This is going to sort the download list in the order that we downloaded them. To install a mod, we're going to double click it and press the OK button. Once we install the mod, you'll see it gets placed under our utilities separator. We're going to go through and install the rest of our mods in the order that we downloaded them. For the Johnny Guitar mod, I like to select this drop-down box and select the Johnny Guitar All Tweaks preset name. For the Stewie Tweaks INI file, in the left panel of Mod Organizer, we're going to right-click and install mod. Navigate to your downloads and select the Stewie Tweaks Viva New Vegas INI. And we can just rename this Stewie Tweaks Viva New Vegas INI. Back in Mod Organizer 2, we're going to install this mod as well. Now we're going to hover over any mod, right click, hover over all mods, and click enable all. And yes, we're going to really enable 22 mods. Once you've done this, it's time to restart your computer. This is a mandatory step in the guide to ensure everything we've installed is going to be working correctly. Once you've restarted your computer, reopen Mod Organizer 2 and meet me back here. Once you've restarted your computer and you're back at Mod Organizer, at the top right, we're going to select this drop down and select Tale of Two Wastelands. Press the Run button. We should see the New Vegas splash screen appear. Here, we'll get the ML Utilities Checker pop-up. The pop-up will tell you what your numbers should say. If your numbers don't match with one of these, you more than likely forgot to install a mod or enable it. If your screen looks like this, you've officially installed Tale of Two Wastelands. You can close out of the checker pop-up, exit the game, and we can now disable the ML Utilities Checker as this mod is no longer needed. Congratulations, we've officially installed Tale of Two Wastelands and we are ready to play. I highly recommend following the Fallout New Vegas performance guide, which I have a video on. The performance guide will cover the game's lackluster performance, display issues, alt-tabbing, topics such as DXVK, frame rate limiting, display modes, lag, and HDR. Big shout out to the guys over at Modding Linked. Without this guide, this video wouldn't be possible. Be sure to drop by their Discord and give them a thank you. I hope you guys found this tutorial easy and helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you guys, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.